Take a moment and take a breath. Just breathing in the beauty. Maybe you can hear the sound of the Salmon River. Right now, she's the color brown because she's purifying, cleansing, transforming. After the big blowout on the Middle Fork, all of the mud and sediment washed downstream to us. And you can always look at it and think, oh, yuck. Or wow, what an opportunity. What a beautiful thing to witness, Mother Nature cleaning. Take another breath and think maybe about what's inside of you that needs some cleaning. Is there anything brown? Is there anything dirty? Is there anything that's being transformed? And then throughout the practice, allow that to come up and flow downstream like all of the sediment in the river. We'll do a few balance postures today. We'll do some openers of the hips and the inner thighs. And more than that, we'll connect to our center, finding this place inside that purifies anything else. Take a breath. Close your eyes, go inward. And let's begin our practice. Make your way to a standing posture if you're not there already. Bring your hands to your heart and take a deep breath. Noticing the breath. Is it tight? Is it even? Is there a part of it that gets hung up? Take another deep breath. Through consciousness, we begin to smooth ourselves out, lengthening the breath. Feeling the feet beneath you. Make sure your feet are hip-width apart and perfectly parallel. You can open your eyes and look at your feet, stacking them on the ground. Then reach your hands up to the sky, and with your hands up to the sky, lean over onto one foot. Feel that foot catch you. And then lean over onto the other foot. Feel that foot catch you. Move back into stillness, both feet on the ground. Reach your hands up high to the sky. Take a breath in. And exhale, forward fold. Pull the belly in, send the hips back. In this forward fold, take a few breaths, using the breath to help you transition inward. Inward into the waters within you, into the depths within you, into this internal world that yoga connects us to. Yoga is a mind-body practice which awakens our soul. Taking a breath inside. Try and relax. Then bring your hands up to your knees, straighten through the legs, lift the heart forward, half back. Exhale, fold again, soften through the knees, press through the feet, and then reach your hands up high to the sky. Take a big breath in, stretching up. And exhale, bring your hands to your heart center. Again, inhale, hands up to the sky, big breath in, sweeping up the beauty. And exhale, forward fold. Inhale, hands to your knees, finding the breath, linking your movement to the breath. Exhale, fold. Soften the knees, press through the feet, and then when you're ready, big inhalation brings you up to the sky. Feel your arms energize as you reach up, and exhale, lower your hands back to your heart center. Take a complete breath, smoothing yourself out as you stand still in mountain. Then again, half sun salutation. Inhale, hands up to the sky. Press through the feet, lift the heart up, and exhale, forward fold. This warms up the entire body and it brings us inward as we link our breath to the movement. Inhale, half back. Exhale, fold. Melt down, tuck the chin, relax through the shoulders, press through the feet, and then reach your hands up to the sky. Take a big breath in, and exhale, hands to the heart center, mountain pose. Take a moment in mountain, a complete breath. Beautiful. Reach your hands back up to the sky. Press through both of the feet and firm up the muscles of your legs until you squeeze the muscles of the legs into the bone. Energize through the arms, spreading the fingers wide. Take a breath in. Exhale, pull the ribs in, pull the belly in. Then begin to lean over to the right. As you lean over to the right, you can gently draw the left wrist over, grabbing onto the left wrist with your hand, drawing it over. Keep energizing through the legs. Keep pulling the ribs in. Slowly come back to center. Switch sides. Lean the other direction. Take a deep breath. Maybe you're gazing up at the beauty. Slowly come back to center. Now we find our legs. Bend the knees. Lower the hands down to the heart. Sit in chair pose. In chair pose, make sure you feel secure to the earth. Your feet are nice and secure. Beautiful. Gently drop the tailbone down. Pull the belly in. Nice. Reach the hands forward. Take a breath. Exhale. Hands to your heart. Press through the feet. Take another breath. Wonderful. Let's get out of there. Straighten the legs. Forward fold. In this forward fold, check in with your head. Shake your head out left and right. Make a face, gathering all the stress up that we gather in our head and our shoulders and our face, and letting it go. Step your right foot back. Find a position that works for you. Right foot back, left foot forward. Look forward and reach your hands up to the sky. Taking a breath in, stretch through the front of the hip. Lift the hands high to the sky. Energize through the arms. Energy is moving up. This is the liberating current of purification. We bring all the dark energy, the brown energy, the stuff up and out, lifting it up. Exhale, hands lower back down. Let's step to switch. Back foot forward, front foot back. Taking your time to find a position that works for you. Deep bend in the front foot. Reach the hands up to the sky. Take a breath in. Let the breath out. Feeling the front of the body open up. Electrify through the fingertips. Energize through the fingertips. Stretching them wide. Opening the heart. Take a breath. Feel the breath move through the body. Allow this to create space. Slowly lower back down. Hands lower back down. Step back, downward facing dog. In downward facing dog, you can soften the knees. Once again, check in with the head. Take a breath in and a breath out. Shift your weight forward, plank pose. Take another breath in And a breath out. Lower down onto your belly or take Chaturanga Dandasana, hovering and lifting. Upward facing dog. Beautiful. Maybe you wiggle the hips up here and then back into downward facing dog. Moving mindfully, feeling the body. Begin to wake up. Look forward and step to the top of the mat. Inhale, hands to knees. Exhale, fold. And inhale, hands up high to the sky. Reach up super high and then lower your hands down to your heart. Take a moment in mountain. Notice what you feel and allow it to settle. As it settles, we release attachment. The river's not mad that it's full of mud. It's not holding on. It just is letting things flow. And as things settle, love and light can expand. There's space. Take a breath. Beautiful. Let's find chair pose again. Looking down at the feet. This time the feet can be touching one another. So you can squeeze your inner thighs. Bend in the knees. Find chair pose. Hands at your heart. Shoulders roll up and down the back. So we're still long in between our hips and our shoulders. Sometimes I see people want to hunch here. Stay nice and long. Take a breath in. And a breath out. Twisting the body. Inhale, twist to the right. Keep your legs super glued together. Exhale, center. Inhale. Exhale, twist to the left. Inhale, center. Exhale, twist to the right. You can stay high or you can come down and hook, elbow to knee. Take another breath here. Slowly come back to center. We have the left side and then one more time on both sides. When you're ready, twist to the left. You can stay high or lower down and hook. Make sure if you hook, you keep your knees super glued together. One of them wants to slide forward. Pull it back. Slowly back to center. You know it. One more time each side when you're ready. This time, if you wish, if you're hooked, you can even open your wings. You can open your arms nice and wide. Feeling your heart spread. Feeling the shoulder muscles stretch. Slowly come back. You're feeling your legs. I know it. Twist to the other side. Last time. Find this twist. Take a big breath. Maybe you want to open your wings. Gaze can be down. That'll help with balance. Keep the knees bent. You got this. Hands come back to the heart. Feeling the legs lift the heart. Stretch through the hands. And then straighten the legs. Big breath in. Exhale. Let it go. Forward fold all the way down. Take a breath in and a breath out. Feeling the hamstrings begin to release. Take another breath in and a long breath out. Step your right foot back. With your right foot back, reach your hands up to the sky. Taking a breath in. Stretch up out of your hips, especially after that leg work. Exhale, lower back down. Step to switch. Same thing, opposite side. One foot goes back, opposite foot forward. Front knee is bent, hands reach up to the sky. Take a deep breath.
And exhale, lower right back down. Let's step back to downward facing dog and flow through a vinyasa. So move forward to plank when you're ready. Lower it down and lift it up. Use your breath. Take a big breath, shining through the heart. Exhale, downward facing dog. Yoga comes to us in the spaces. The spaces inside, the love and light bubbles up into these spaces. Soften the knees and step to the top of the mat. Inhale, hands up to the knees, half back. Exhale, fold, soften through the knees to find the feet and then reach your hands up to the sky. Big breath in. And hands lower down to the heart center. Take a moment in mountain. Beautiful. Step your right foot back. We'll come into a wide leg stance here. And in this wide leg stance, you want your feet either parallel or slightly cocked in. That's going to help your hips go back, creating this internal rotation that allows for a deeper stretch on your inner thigh. Once your hands are on your hips, roll your shoulders up, lift your heart up, see the beauty always. And then exhale, begin to fold. And as you fold, the hips go back and the hands stay on the hips. Take a moment here to check in with the body, to check in with the feet. Can you feel the insides of the feet? Beautiful. Inhale, come back and up. Take a moment and energize through the legs. Squeeze the muscle to the bone. Lift your head up high to the sky. And then exhale once again, forward fold. As you forward fold, your hips go back. The inner thighs begin to stretch. If you're ready, you can lower your hands down to the ground or down to blocks. And then here, take just an ever so slight sway to the left and to the right. Feeling the inside of the left leg and the inside of the right leg, and I'm sure you're feeling your hamstrings too. You can have a gentle bend in the knee, just a tiny softening. Keep leaning the hips back. Take another breath, making a face maybe, and then exhale, let the face go. Lift up into a half back, left hand into the center, right hand takes a twist, just like we did in chair pose, but now we're in this wide leg stance. Lift that arm up, open up. Lower your hand down. Let's twist to the other side. Left hand lifts up. Take a big breath in. And exhale, let it go. Beautiful. Big breath in. Let it go. Press through the feet. Hands underneath the shoulders. Lift into a half back. Walk your hands to your hips. And then lift up. Nice and strong. Beautiful. Feel your butt engage as you hinge up. Hands to the hips. Heart to the sky. Let's begin to step our feet in. Heel toeing it in and then stepping underneath our hips. Feet hip width apart. Inhale, hands reach up to the sky. Take a big breath in. And then exhale, lower your hands down to your heart. We're moving into our first balance posture. From here, you want to make sure you can see something that's not moving. And so take a moment to look around in front of you, maybe about a 45-degree angle, and choose something that's not moving. For me, if I was looking at the water is moving. That's harder than looking at the rock, the element earth versus the element water. Root through the left foot, lift up the right foot, and then cross your ankle over your knee. Beautiful. With your ankle crossed over your knee, make sure you protect your knee by flexing the foot, and then slowly come into a seat. sitting down into that imaginary chair. Your hands can be on your hips. Maybe you give yourself like a little energy shield. One hand on the knee, one hand on the foot. I really like this, but you have to be careful. You can't push down on these joints. You can just touch ever so slightly, imagining energy flowing through, back and forth. Of course, this is an opening for the hip, and so you should be feeling it in the right butt cheek. Another option is to bring your hands to your heart, lifting the ribs up and off. Take another breath here. It usually takes a moment to get into the stretch, and then when you're in the stretch, it takes quite a few moments to really feel the stretch, to go through the layers. Taking a breath, really getting into that hip joint. Feeling this huge, massive stretch for the hip. Take another breath. Open the heart. Lift it up. Lower your foot down. Hands to your hips. Maybe swaying left and right. Nice breath. Good job. Anchor through your right foot. Look at that same point, or choose a new one that's very close to it, that's not moving. When you're ready, lift up the left foot and cross ankle above the knee. Here we have this external rotation happening of the hip. As you bend the knee, you can have your hands on your hips, you can slide your hands down, doing this energetic hold in between the foot and the knee. Tiny micro movements of the pelvic bowl are going to change the stretch. Some of us may need to tip our pelvic bowl back. Some of us may need to tuck under just a bit. Taking a breath, feeling the stretch in the left butt cheek. And if you get off balance, if you start to wobble, that's okay. You can come down. Just take time to reset before you come back in. Deep breath in. Long breath out. Going as deep as your body allows, without forcing or pressuring. Allowing the mud to move at its own pace. It took days for it to reach down here. But this watershed is all connected, just like everything in our body is connected. Take another breath. And then slowly lift up and lower your foot down. Both feet on the ground. Maybe swaying left and right. Maybe closing your eyes so you can feel inward. Beautiful. Let's brush it off. Brush off the hips, sweeping anything away. Sweep, sweep, sweep. Brush off the front of the pelvis, the back of the pelvis, maybe down the legs a little bit. Okay. Next, let's go into a low lunge before our balance posture. So here, feet are going to be out, a little bit wider than hip width apart, and you'll want to bend the knees and begin to lower down. You can bring a block underneath you, sitting down on a block. Once you're here, hands come to the heart center, lifting the heart up. This is really nice for the inner thighs, stretching the inner thighs open as you press your elbows in and out. Heart reaches to the sky. Some of us need to have our heels up on a blanket or rolled up yoga mat. If you get your heels up, that can really help, putting support underneath the heels. Relax into the posture wherever you are, doing your best. And if this is your nemesis posture, wow. How beautiful. What does that bring up for you? How do you react to challenges? Deep breath in. Long breath out. Slowly coming back and up. Lift the hips up. Step the feet together. Inhale, hands to knees. Exhale, fold. Inhale, hands to the sky. Feeling these mindful yogic movements. Exhale, hands lower back to the heart. Take a moment to settle yourself here. If any emotions bubbled up, let them flow downstream without judgment or attachment. We have our next balance posture. We did sitting dancer and now we do standing dancer. This pose is so beautiful because it stretches the front of the leg, the front of the chest, and then it also turns on all of the muscles on the back of the body. So really use the back of the body to help you lift up. You may want a chair for balance or a wall for balance, that's okay. First, let's balance on our left foot and kick our right foot back. Kicking our right foot back into our hands. Take a moment to stretch here. Sometimes our knee wants to come out like a chicken leg. Pull it down towards the ground, evening out the hip. So right hip drops, both hips are still level. You can put your left hand on your left hip. Begin to imagine the heart was reaching forward. As the heart was reaching forward, you'll feel your shoulder blades on the back of the body. Squeeze the shoulder blades together. When you're ready, you can slowly begin to tip forward, kicking your foot back into your hands. Keep that steady gaze point. If you wish, when you're ready, extend through the left hand. Kicking back, reaching forward, feeling the muscles of the back help lift you up. Take a breath. Beautiful. Slowly release. Lower your foot down. Lower your hands down. Anchor through both feet. Right foot settles into the earth. Right hand anchors onto the right hip. Bring your left foot up. Maybe you're one step ahead of me. Maybe you're already stretching through the quad and lifting the heart. If you're off balance, take time to really find that point of balance that works for you. Any variation of the pose is still the pose. One of my favorite teachers says this. Feeling the heart lift and the quad stretch. Engage the muscles of the back by squeezing the shoulder blades together and then lean forward when you're ready. Kicking back, leaning forward. Make an offering with your arm if you wish. Find your breath. Make sure it's still flowing as you focus on that one point. Drishti is so important. Take another breath. And then slowly release the posture when you're ready. Taking your time to lower down and out. Both hands lift to the sky. Exhale, lower your hands down to your heart. Take a moment. Feel all of the sediment moving through you. the layers of yourself being purified, and love and light arising. Take another deep breath. And then when you're ready, you can open your eyes. If you need a drink of water, you can grab a drink of water. And then let's move into some seated postures. Make your way down into a seat. Start first here by crossing your right foot over your left knee. And so your left foot comes back towards your hip. A variation of this is to keep your left foot straight. Hopefully you can see me with this waving willow. Just say hi to it. Once you're sitting nice and tall, feel your hips. We've done some hip work today. And so right hip wants to lift up, anchor it down. Lift the heart into you're imagining a vertical line of energy. Then bring your right hand back behind you. And either keep your hand on your knee or hook your elbow on your knee. Begin to twist in the spine, twisting back behind you. The head is the last thing to turn. First, feel the belly twist, the rib cage twist, the shoulders twist. Deep breath in and out. Slowly untie. Use your hands to grab your foot. Nice, your knee's probably going to be pretty close to the chest. If you have a strap handy, you can loop that around your foot as well. Sitting up nice and tall. Here, think about straightening your leg. It doesn't have to straighten much to give you a deeper stretch. Nice, big breath, open heart, maybe even leaning back a bit. Next step of the puzzle, reach for the outside of the foot. And just like we've done a few times, find your wings, right hand back behind you. Twisting in the body. Take a deep breath. It doesn't matter if your knee is really bent. Do whatever variation of pose you can do. Slowly untie. Bring your foot back down and switch sides. Right foot is going to go back towards your left hip. Left foot over the top. Take a moment, move the squishy parts of your butt away so you can sit up. Anchor through that left hip. Nice and tall stance. Find this central axis of alignment. Right hand can move to the knee, left hand back behind you. Drawing the knee in towards you to help twist in the torso. Maybe you want to hook. Hooking elbow on knee. If this crunches you up too much, go back to just your hand or your forearm. Take a breath. Twisting through the heart and the shoulder. The last thing to turn is the head. Deep breath in. And out, seeing the beauty of healing, the beauty of purifying, the beauty of returning to center, one breath at a time. Slowly untie. Find your foot with your hands or your strap. Or a t-shirt can even work, giving you some extra length. Begin to lift your foot up, find your knee, and then also make sure your belly is engaged. We don't want to be rounded here, we want to be pulling in, and so we have that nice support of the spine. Lifting up, you can begin to kick out into your hands, feeling the back of the leg. Hello. Make sure your heart is shining, your face is shining. Beautiful. Taking the twist, reach right hand to the outside of the foot. Open up, left hand back behind you. Big breath in and out. Slowly and gently release. Both hands come back down. Let's do one more core activation before we close the practice. So balance on your sit bones, hands on the front of your knees to lift the heart. Then slide your hands to the back of your knees. Lift the feet, lift the heart, engage through the belly and float the arms. We are in boat pose, which is just so perfect out here on the Salmon River. Feeling your core. Make sure if your feet want to drop, try and lift them up. Beautiful. We're here for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lower your feet back down. Automatically your feet come together, knees wide, butterfly pose, lift your heart up and then lower down, melting down. Maybe you've noticed some sort of tiny release in your inner thighs, an opening, an awakening, a purification. Lift back and up. Hands to your knees. Close your knees like a book. Now it's time for Shavasana. You can lower down onto your back, or if you prefer to come into a seated meditation and you're comfortable. So what I mean by that is your body can relax in this seated position, then you're welcome to take a seated position as well, or instead of. Bring your body into a place you can rest. You can fully relax and let go. And then take a breath and allow yourself to let go. Letting go of the physical shell. Letting go of any emotions. Letting go of any pain. From this soft place, you can begin to wiggle your fingers and your toes. If you're lying on your back, make your way slowly and gently up into a seat. Once you're in a seat, take a breath, noticing the column of energy from your root to your crown. Gently tuck the chin and lean back ever so slightly. Bring your hands to your heart center. Take a breath in. Let the breath out. And inhale for the mantra Om. Peace within me feels the peace within you. Thank you for purifying and returning to center. Namaste.